And have a sit down at our new location, 152 North Harvey Street in the city of Greenville. Same smiling faces, same good old great taste. Just come on down Sunday afternoon. Bring your entire family to eat with us. Where you at barbecue?
Where you at barbecue, baby? Woo!
At the Mississippi Juice Company, we understand that you only get one body your entire lifetime. Ever stop to wonder, what am I actually doing to my body? If you find yourself tired, with no energy, overindulging in unhealthy snacking, barely holding on, well, stop by the Mississippi Juice Company where you can get that healthy burst of energy throughout the day. The Mississippi Juice Company, located 703 West Sunflower Road, Cleveland, Mississippi, across from the Grammy Museum.
I am the largest.
The oldest.
I am the baddest.
The boldest.
I am protecting our voting rights.
And our environment.
I am ending racial profiling.
And fighting HIV/AIDS.
I am advancing economic equality.
And equality.
For all.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am NAACP. Are you?
Get involved. Stay
Are
involved.
we going to the
Ask
step?
Tasha Parker how to join the Greenville, Mississippi, Washington County chapter. 662-522-7354. Kimbrough Transport LLC, now hiring owner-operator. Got 2 years experience? Ask how to join our team. At Kimbrough Transport LLC, we keep freight moving. Are you looking for the better bang for your buck? Join Kimbrough Transport LLC. A 6-figure income is in your near future. Give us a call, 662-445-2524. Kimbrough Transport LLC. We keep freight moving. Powers Inc. and Project Exodus, pushing the project forward. We offer personal hygiene products, household products, and natural and holistic products. The list also includes soap, deodorant, oils, paper towels, incense, and more. Ask how to save with our Power Pack. Never run out of power. Order today and we do deliver. 662-577-1258. That's Powers Inc. and Project Exodus.
The UPS Store can help your small business with more ings than you realize. Shipping, packing, and boxing save you time for creating. Returning, printing, and shredding free you up to focus on designing. And notarizing, mailing, and mailboxing let you do more inspiring. For any ing you need, visit a convenient location near you and get back to playing. Every ing for small business, all in one place.
The UPS Store.
Our certified packing experts make returns easy. Stop in today and we'll handle the rest.
Visit your local UPS store at 1831 Martin Luther King Boulevard, Suite 125 in Greenville, close to Walmart.
All right, y'all come on behind everybody. Go over there with your sign. Go on over with your sign.
I can't see on there.
You gotta go over with your signs, man. Go on.
Aw. Mom.
Go over with. Come on over here. If you're out there, please share this video. We are getting ready to have the press conference for the anti-police torture rally that has been scheduled for today in an effort to raise awareness about police brutality in Rankin County. Everybody. Yep.
You want to crash.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to keep my hair off.
You look good. Come on. All right, we need to close up. Some shift around over here on this side by Cameron's mother. Let's purple top. Come on over. Come on over. All right. Come up. Come up. Let's tighten it up. Let's tighten it up some. We're getting ready to start the press conference. Excuse me. Yeah, you can. Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon. And it's late getting started, but we are here and we're ready to go. My name is Trent Walker. I am one of the attorneys for Michael Jenkins and for Eddie Parker, the two men who were beaten and tortured by members of the department. And we are here today at the Rankin County Justice Center because we are demanding justice today. There are certain things that we are demanding. Specifically, we are demanding that Sheriff Brian Bailey release the names of all the deputies who were involved in the torture of Eddie Parker and Michael Jenkins and in the shooting of Michael Jenkins. Secondly, we're demanding that he release any dash cam footage and body cam footage of the arrest and of the incident. Third, we wanted to release the search warrants and the supporting affidavits so that we can know by what authority that these deputies were at that house to begin with. Fourth, we demand that these officers be fired and that they be prosecuted. We're also demanding that Brian Bailey root out the bad apples in the Rankin County Sheriff's Department. Because what needs to happen is that good police need to be separated from renegades. Because these people have gotten comfortable. Because the one thing I can guarantee you, it's not the first time that this has happened. This is the first time that they're being called into account for it. So we want them to know that we're here for justice, and we are not going away. And we're going to stay here until justice gets done in this case and in other cases where brutality has occurred at the hands of the Rankin County Sheriff's Department. And we're going to be here until that fight is done. You can count on that. So what I want y'all to know, I'm not really a preacher. I'm a lawyer, but it's not hard to get lawyers to keep talking once they start. But if you have never been in a position to have the police handcuff you and beat you and kick you and stomp you and tase you, and then on top of that, waterboard you and have the nerve to take a gun and put it in a person's mouth and pull the trigger. If you've never been in that position, then you need to be thanking God today that you never have. If you as a mother, or you as a father have never had to say, why is this happening to my child? Then you need to be on your knees thanking God today that you've never been in that position. But law enforcement everywhere, and in particular in Rankin County, needs to know that all citizens deserve to be protected and served. And that you're not here to protect and serve some and torture everybody else. You're not here to persecute and follow and pull people over for no reason for everybody else. And that is why we're here. It is part of a culture that has just gone awry, and the guardrails have totally come off. And when there is no control, this is what happens. And so we're here. There are others who are going to speak, but I'm a Rankin County native. I'm from here. I grew up here in Brandon. And so I can tell you from experience that things have been needing to change, and now is the time to keep our feet on the pedal until things actually do change. With that, I'm going to ask someone else. Pastor Harvey, you want to have a word?
Thank you. I stand here to support what Brother Trent is saying. Rankin County has a history, and you can see it right behind us with this monument, speaking and indicating that there are some who hold that discrimination and prejudice and black people are less than others. And we're here today in solidarity to say that things must change, and it starts right here when we take a stand and say we demand what Trent has already spelled out. They already have this information that they've been withholding it from us. And we need to see the facts so we can go forward and find justice. It has already been said historically that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And it is time for us as a community to demand that things change right here in Rankin County. And it begins with the people that are right behind us. I've already had the conversation with my son and many other young black men in this community. It's a dangerous thing to be pulled over by the police. It's a tragic thing that can happen just by being pulled over while driving black. It's unfortunate, it's terrible, and we have a long list of names that we can now add to Michael Brown, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd. And right here in Rankin County, we're adding to this list, and it's unfortunate and it's criminal. And we not only demand that they release the cam footage and the documents that Trent is asking for, but we're also demanding that somebody pay the price. Somebody must be put in prison for this. This is atrocious, it's chaotic, it's unfortunate, and yes, it is simple. Thank you for your time.
Got a question for the lawyer?
Yes, sir.
I guess in your opinion, why do you think they're holding the body camera footage?
Well, to be honest, especially in light of how quickly the body cam footage was released in the Tyree Nichols case up in Memphis, I don't know of a good reason. Obviously, the official reason will probably be that it's an ongoing investigation. But to be honest, they've had a month to investigate at this point, and I can't really think of a reason why the public should not be able to see what footage there is. And if there is no footage, then we need to know why there's no footage. You know, if you are on a raid and you're going in and you don't have, and it's supposed to be 6 of y'all and not one of you has your body cam on, then we need to know what the reasoning is for that. But all that, you know, there's a deep suspicion that I have that this was something that was totally off the books, and we're not going to know until we know more about what they have to say about their investigation. But as an attorney, I know the things that I look for, and the body cam footage and the warrants and the underlying reasoning that they gave to a judge to get a warrant in the first place, because they can't just issue their own warrants. A judge has to sign them. So when did you tell a judge to okay you going to that house? And that's what we need to know at this point.
We still don't know whether they're on leave, right, these officers?
I don't have any information to say that they are or are not. I would certainly hope that they are, given the agencies that we have been reported to be investigating. I don't know how they could be on duty with that going on. So I hope that answered the question.
Mm-hmm. Wanted to speak with the president of the NAACP from Washington County, who can speak to what has happened in the Mississippi Delta area. And the first rally was held in the Delta, which included Michael Corey Jenkins and Staff Sergeant Calvin Franklin.
Absolutely. I greet you from Greenville, Mississippi, where I am the Washington County president of the NAACP. It is a sad state of affairs that has brought us here today. We stand with the families here today, and we also stand with Calvin Franklin and those in the Delta who have been victims of police brutality. It is sad that today our young black men are being held or revealed as public enemy number one. And for me, I have a vested interest in that because I'm raising two sons that I'm in fear for their lives because they go out the house every day. And I teach them, you don't run, you don't resist, you answer the question, yes, sir, no, sir. You live to tell your story, your own story, and you let me defend you. And so that's where we are today, and we stand with the families And we will not stop. We will not be silent. We will not be still until somebody is brought to justice. Because to have those tactics for these young men to be waterboarded and apparently sodomized, allegedly, that should not happen. We are in 2023 where our constitutional rights are being violated, and we're going to stand every day until these people are brought to justice. If you're not doing what you've taken an oath to do, we're going to get you out of there, and it's by any means necessary. We're not asking for justice, we're demanding justice, and we're not going to stop until we get it.
Can you say your name, please?
My name is Tasha Parker, Washington County NAACP.
Mr. Patrick Lumumba, please.
Thank you all. My name is Brother Patrick Lumumba of the Black Liberation Movement and the Elmer Geronimo Pratt Gun Club. I'm not gonna be long, but I am gonna be strong. I'm very thankful for Attorney Jenkins and the pastor here and the community people that have come out today to discuss this issue that's pressing us, not just in Brandon, Mississippi or Rankin County, but it's pressing us in Mississippi, period. We have a thick culture of racism and racist practices that are being perpetrated against Black people. We got to be clear. These racist practices are being perpetrated against Black people. Black people. The patrolling, protecting and serving, that don't apply to Black people. The policing and patrolling applies to Black people. So we have reached a point in our junction of humanity where this has come to a fever pitch. The whole Black community should be put on notice. We should have way more people out here than what's out here right now. The Black preachers, the Black politicians, the Black professionals, all of us need to be put on notice. And we need to be out here right now speaking on behalf of this particular family, but not only on this particular family, but on behalf of Black humanity. Because it's our humanity that's at stake. And every one of these hashtags that we having to come deal with and speak to, it needs to be some organization behind these hashtags. It don't stop at a press conference, a protest. It starts in our community where we start to organize around these circumstances. These police have a culture of killing Black people. We in Taylorsville, Mississippi right now, half of our organization is there grieving the life of Rasheem Carter, whose mother had to look at 4 parts of his body. 4 parts of his body. We just got through dealing with Sister Katrina Mateen with the video just now being released. After 4 months, the man asked the question, why is the video being suppressed and why they not coming out? I'm not an attorney, but I got common sense. And we need to act as though we got some common sense. The video is not being put out there because of the layers of culpability that have to be covered up. That's why. Stop standing here acting like we foolish and ignorant. This is white supremacy social order. This is how it works. White people feel the need to go kill Black people. They got it forward up as the high police in the state, Lynn Finch, to cover this up. Censor the media. Tell the town mayors not to cover the event. We know we're dealing with this type of thing. I commend the reporters that's out here. I commend the people that you're working for because you're under a state censorship not to even cover these matters. So it's an issue of Black humanity. That's what we're dealing with. At what point will we stand up for our humanity? Or people will be killed, discriminated against, destroyed, and like I said, even killed until we develop the moral character to stand up for our own humanity. So I appreciate you, preacher. I appreciate you, Jenkins. I appreciate all the community activists. I appreciate all of you for coming out and standing on behalf of Black humanity, because we're going to continue to visit these hashtags, these circumstances, until we build a formidable enough component to deal with the racial oppression that we've been dealing with for years.
I understand you have guns on your shirt, which could seem to be pretty intimidating for someone who don't know you. And this is coming off the coast of body cam footage being released from Jaheim, right? What is it that can be said to the youth who are allegedly carrying guns and playing and toying around with guns?
Well, that is an immature reality in our society. What we have to do is train our young people how to utilize this gun. So what we represent at the Elmer Geronimo Pratt Gun Club is the Second Amendment right to bear arms. Okay, so when we out here at these protesters, what we learning is that black people are being intimidated for protesting. Katrina Mateen is constantly dealing with police aggression after they killed her son in Gulfport, Mississippi. They constantly riding by her house, intimidating her. When we went to Taylorsville to protest Rasheem Carter, we was aggressed by hecklers that was heckling at the protesters. So when you see this type of gun use, this is the same type of gun use that white people afforded themselves a long time ago. That black people have grown to a level of maturity to understand that we're not gonna keep begging. We're not gonna keep begging. We got a right to grieve, and it should not be impeded. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna organize ourselves around these guns, and we will train your sons and your daughters to organize themselves around this gun because this is a level of maturity.
Attorney Walker.
Yes, ma'am.
Can we talk about the condition that he's in, the GoFundMe, the things that are surrounding his health, Michael Corey Jenkins?
Well, what I can say is that going forward, that he's going to need extensive therapy. Thank God he is out of the hospital and he is able to walk around, but he is still in a weakened condition and he is going to need ongoing therapy. I cannot really give you a lot of information about the GoFundMe myself, other than to say that if you were to Google GoFundMe and Michael Corey Jenkins
And Mary Jenkins.
Then that GoFundMe exists, and we would certainly ask that if you are able to please do that, because as it would happen, he did not have health insurance, and what is going to be required is tens of thousands of dollars of therapy going forward. And so if you are able, then please do go to GoFundMe under Mary Jenkins and Michael Corey Jenkins and give as your heart tells you to and as your wallet allows you to.
I want to speak to the pastor one more time.
Dr. Abraham.
Yes. What did you encounter when you were coming up trying to get the Confederate statue moved? Because we know that it was a movement across this nation to remove those Confederate statues. And in LaFleur County, they said that they were going to take it down, but they never did. We still have some across this state. What did you encounter personally?
Well, I was personally threatened. My life was threatened. But we were met with the resistance of the Ku Klux Klan and several of the my white brothers and sisters who were in favor of keeping the monument. I've spoken to the Board of Supervisors in 2022 and actually 2020, written letters to each one of them and the mayor asking them to just remove it and take it to this cemetery that's right down the street. That's where we have former governors right here from Rankin County that are in that same cemetery. It's painful, it's hurtful, it's harmful. It speaks to a past that should be forgotten and buried. And unfortunately, many people glorify this monument behind me and see it as some type of delusion of grandeur. But we as our people see this, and not just me and not just the minorities, but the whole community who has the love of God in their heart see this as an affliction. That this is a constant reminder that we have been subjugated, oppressed, stepped on, beat down, left out, and mistreated and treated as second-class citizens for far too long. And so somebody has to take a stand, and I think that this symbol behind me represents more than just the glory days of the Confederacy. It represents keeping their foot on our necks like they did George Floyd.
And in the meantime, do you think your city officials and the county supervisors would entertain the thought of covering up the statue in the meantime?
I would hope so. I don't see that as a viable option for them. So I have decided to run for district supervisor number 4 to try to get some traction regarding this particular Confederate monument behind me.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Harris, can you speak to what is about to happen with your press conference and what happened with your twin brother?
Well, I know what it feels like when you're fighting against racism oppression, bigotry. I know what it feels like from a personal standpoint because my family was victimized by law enforcement. My father was assassinated by law enforcement. On the night when my father was assassinated, my brother witnessed it.
No.
And
a finger sign there, that white truck going down that way.
that's right. They're gonna have to be over. I know what it feels like from a personal standpoint.
Mm-hmm. You have a press conference coming up really soon. Can you give us that date?
It's going to be between March the 6th and March the 7th. We have media coming from all over the country.
Mm-hmm. In Oxford.
Yeah, in Oxford, Mississippi. And so I was born fighting against racism. I stand in solidarity with everybody out here. One thing that I can truly say is that throughout all the fighting on behalf of my family, we have won a historical landmark civil rights case. And all law enforcement that was involved in my case have been stripped of qualified immunity.
All right.
So with that being said, you know, I'm thankful that we have attorneys, Attorney Malik, this attorney right here, and we have supporters. I'm thankful because these officers here in Rankin County need to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. They need to be indicted. I mean, they really need to be indicted. Can I get y'all to say these officers need to be indicted?
These officers need to be indicted.
They need to be what?
Indicted.
They need to be what?
Indicted.
These officers need to be indicted. So I'm a living testimony that I survived, as well as my twin brother survived, a full-fledged gunfight. When they shot our father, my brother did what he was supposed to do according to the Second Amendment. He got his firearms, and he attempted to pursue the ones who had done it, but they got away, and somebody called the police. And when the army of cops arrived, there was a full-fledged gunfight, and officers were shot. But my brother survived by the grace of God, and they held him in jail for 11 years without a trial, and he has been set free, and all charges have been dropped. Now we have the power to prosecute these officers, and we're going to prosecute them to the full extent of the law. And last but not least, our victory that we won in the Court of Appeals in the Fifth Circuit in Louisiana just don't represent us on an individual level. It represents everybody that's fighting for justice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that it's possible. All things are possible. It took us 7 years, but we prevailed. Thank you.
Sir, would you mind saying your brother's name and your father's name one more time, please?
We're twins.
Okay.
I'm Stephen. He's Steve. My father's name was Malachi. Malachi Randall. He fought in the military, fought for the country, came home, had to fight racism, and then it ended with him being killed.
Thank you.
Ms. Potts, can you talk about just recently what happened with your brother? I know you say on the 4th of every month you are going to be outside of Jackson Police Department seeking answers for what happened to Forever 40. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, we just marked a year, February the 4th of 2023, for my brother Jonathan Lee White. We call him Forever 40. Every month on the 4th of each month, I will be at JPD headquarters requesting answers because we do calls, we get no response. We leave voice messages, there's no calls back. So we're asking for them to start responding to these families, even if you're just saying, hey, we don't have no new leads, no new information, but put a family at rest at least so they can have a peace of mind.
Also, DeMontario Gibson's father is passed away. You guys were on the steps of Jackson Police Department steps. I know Ebony Lumumba was having a press conference kind of at the same time that you guys were having a press conference.
Right.
Talk a little bit about why you guys were out there on the steps. DeMontario Gibson is the young man who was the FedEx worker. Is his mom. Can you come forward too, please? A FedEx worker who was shot at by a father-son duo. But tell us why you guys were there on the other day.
We was there because we didn't get any answers. We didn't know anything had happened to him. They come bringing my son's grandmother wallet Saturday evening. It happened Friday around 9 o'clock. We didn't get the wallet and the information until around 11:30.
And what's his name?
James Gibson. We went to the headquarters because we did not get any answers. They did not have any record. They did not put it on the news. They responded to it late. We got video footage of how long it took JPD to respond.
Understand that his car crashed. Was he being chased? Is this affiliated with anything that happened with DeMontario Gibson down in Lincoln County? Did they answer you all the other day?
They did not answer us the other day, but we are getting more information. We'll have more information next week. But I don't know if it's affiliated with what happened to my son. I wouldn't say it did. I don't know. But we don't know if he was being chased. We don't know anything as of now. We just know JPD did not respond to it after 35 minutes.
And I was told that 4 phone calls went out to the police department, and it's in the nearby area of a fire department or a police precinct where this happened. Is that correct?
It was between 2 fire departments. Both of them not even a block away, and also the downtown police department. It took them about 35 minutes to actually respond to it. Yeah.
And the Capitol Police.
And the Capitol Police. Nobody
It's
responded.
downtown. They have concurrent jurisdiction.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yep. So we're just trying to get answers. We finally went and found the vehicles to at least get that. And waiting on them to actually actually have to make them do their job. You know what I'm saying? We still have not found anything, but hopefully we'll know more next week.
Attorney Walker, you said you're from Rankin County.
Yes, ma'am.
How soon do you think change will come, in all honesty?
In all honesty, change will come when you force change to come. If you're waiting on people who are already comfortable with the way that things operate to change the way that things operate, you're going to be waiting. The only way that progress has ever been made is that people have to be made uncomfortable so that change can come, so that those who are oppressed can, as Pastor Harvey just said, can have that boot up off of their neck.
Speaking of being uncomfortable, has Michael Corey Jenkins or Eddie Terrell Powell's family been retaliated against that you know of?
Not that I have personally been made aware of, but we are always vigilant for things of that nature.
Okay.
But I would hope that given the high profile nature of what's going on right now, that nobody would consider that.
Wow.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you.
NAACP, what about it?
NAACP and the community coming out to support it.
How you doing? NAACP in this county. Who can speak about that?
Rankin County and NAACP.
Anybody from out here with NAACP of Rankin County?
I can try to call.
Oh, I was just asking.
And they're asking that the community come out because we want to be proactive. We don't want them to wait until it knocks on their door. Because either one of these young men could have been one of our loved ones, one of our sons. So don't just wait until it knocks on your door. Come out and be proactive with the community and stand with these mothers, because we are certainly tired of having our young men put on T-shirts and mistreated. by the law. So don't just wait until it knocks on your door. Come out and be active with these mothers and these families to prevent this from happening. Because if we're visible and we're making our voices be heard, that could deter some of this behavior as well.
All right. Can I get a group picture, please, before you all go? Okay, it's okay. But just let them know we're looking for them. We need some accountability. Waiting on they don't want to get okay.
They don't post.
All right, y'all get tighter. Get tighter, please. Taylor May, come on. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. All right.
No
Yeah.
justice, no peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
All right. Give me just a second. We're gonna go to a commercial, guys, and we'll be right back.
How about I do this?
Yeah.
But I want it because I have I'm going to defer to my big brother first. That's a very important question, but out of respect, since I have the rare chance to have my big brother and my partner in this struggle and a man I respect immensely, I must defer the first question to Dr. Cornell West. Then I'll come behind him, okay?
Absolutely. And so the question that I wanted to ask your big brother, our big brother, Dr. Cornell West, is, we know that you are known for being emeritus, professor emeritus at this university, and that you've written a lot of books. But the one tonight that I want to focus in on with Race Matters. Can you tell us, in a nutshell, the purpose for the book Race Matters? And this is not a new book.
No, indeed. But first, I want to begin by saluting you, my dear sister Angela.
Thank you.
For the power of your voice, the power of your vision, and the power of your vocation, your calling, your sense of what you are here on the earth to do. And that's very important, because once you have your calling and you're true to yourself, then you allow yourself to be open to become such a force for good. And you are a force for good. It's always a blessing for me to be with my dear brother Malik. I've known him now for almost 30 some years. And he is, I think, when I think of him as someone who has a genuine love for Black people. Mm-hmm. And when you love people, you hate the fact they're being treated unjustly. You loathe the fact they've been treated unfairly. And so wherever Black people are catching hell, you'll always find my dear brother Malik. And I also have a deep love for Black folks. So we end up having magnificent overlappings and things. And we wrestle with each other. I'm older school than he is. And so we try to teach each other. We push each other and so forth. But whatever we end up supposedly disagreeing on, our love for Black people is deeper. And that's precisely why I'm always inspired when I see him bearing witness. He could be in Mississippi. Where were we? Was it the Republican National Convention? Where was that? In Indiana? No, Cleveland, wasn't it? That was in Cleveland. It could be anywhere in the country and really anywhere in the world, because we connected to the Africans all around the world in that sense. And so Race Matters was simply my attempt to express my love for Black people, my willingness to try to tell the truth about our suffering and our fight back, our bounce back, our ability to be resilient even as we resist, and to resist even as we are resilient.
Thank you. That was in a nutshell. Okay, Attorney Malik Shabazz, and let's talk about briefly of the book of Khalid.
My book, The Book of Khalid, is a official biography of one of the most controversial and profound figures of this modern era, Dr. Khalid Muhammad, who was the former national spokesman for Nation of Islam leader and legend, Louis Farrakhan, as well as the chairman of the new Black Panther Party, and he was my mentor. So in this book, I think what you will find is the jewels of the history of our struggle from the 1980s and the 1990s, which often is not written about. And you will find the intricate details of the modern struggle between the 80s and the 90s here. You will find excellent historical information and facts on the Nation of Islam and its second rise under Louis Farrakhan. You will find all about Khalid Muhammad, this multifaceted and much misunderstood man. You'll find his story here, and you'll find a lot about Malik Shabazz in here. You'll find a lot about my life with my mentor and how that shaped and molded me through the trials, the fire and tribulation of serving such a controversial and dedicated man. And so, Dr.
Had to be 6 man.